In this video, we're going to go over operators. Operators are characters that specify specific actions, such as math operators, which let you add, subtract, etc., and some other general operators. The equal operator is represented with two equal signs and will basically tell the script to check, does one thing match or equal another? So let's see an example here. In the last video, we made two variables, example A and example B. Here, we are going to check if example A is the same as example B. So to do this, let's print it out. We're going to print example A equal example B. And let's go ahead and run it and see what it says. As you can see, it printed false because example A is a 5, example B is a 7, and they are not the same. Now let's go the other way. You want to make sure example A is not the same as example B, in which case you would do this symbol, which I'm not too sure what it's called, but it's right next to the number 1 on your keyboard. That's that kind of squiggly line, equal B. And let's go ahead and run it. As you can see, it printed true because, again, example A is a 5, example B is a 7. They are not the same, which is exactly what we asked for. Now, the concatenate operator is used to combine two strings or texts into one. So let's do this. Let's make example A. Let's print example A. As you can see, again, it will just print the number 5. Now let's say you want to add some text to this. You want that print to say, this is number 5. So in that case, you would do, this is number, and then you do dot dot, and let's go ahead and run it again. As always, you wrap your text in quotes, and to combine the string, you just add the 2 dots to the end of it. If you run it here, you will see it says, this is number 5. Now, some math operators. I'm just going to go over how to use them in general. How to use them is the same for pretty much any kind of math, but for this video, let's keep it simple. If you want to add, subtract, multiply, or divide a number, this is what you do. If there are no variables involved, it's as simple as doing something like this. Let's say print 5 plus 5. That'll add 5 to 5, which will get 10. We'll just check it here. As you can see, it prints out 10. Now, let's say you want to add to a variable. That's going to be a little bit different. So let me show you how you add to a variable. Let's say we want to add to 5. We'll type example A equals example A plus 5. And now if you print example A, let's see what it says. Now once again, you can see here you get a 10 because we added 5 to example A, which is also 5. Okay, and now the next one we want to do, let's say we want to compare a number. Let's say we want to find out if 5 is greater than 7. If you see here, what we'll do is we will print 5 greater sign 7, and then we'll just run it, and what you'll see here is it will say false because, as we know, 5 is less than 7. Now, another kind of number comparison is, let's say we want to find out if 5 is less than or equal to 7. We'll do 5 is less than or equal to 7. Run it again. And it'll say true because 5 is indeed less than 7. Now that covers the basics of math operators. The next type of operator we're going to look at are AND and OR. The AND operator checks if two conditions are both true or false. So let's say, for example, print example A is greater than 1 and example B is less than 10. If we run that, it will say true because example A is a 5, it's greater than 1. Example B is 7, which of course is less than 10. The OR operator. OR basically will check if one of the conditions are true. So let's go ahead and say example A is greater than 1, or example B is greater than 100. As you can see, it returned true again because example A, which is again 5, it is greater than 1, but example B, which is a 7, is not greater than 100. Now, there's one more kind of operator we are going to go through here. This, the pound operator. It will basically give you the number of items in a string or a table. So let's use this example. Let's say we want to know how many letters are in the word hello. We'll print pound hello. And it printed 5 because there are 5 letters in hello. And finally, tables. We'll get more into tables in a later video. But let's assume we have a table here. You'll see example C is a table. It has 3 things in it: yes, no, and hello. So if we do pound example C and run it, it will say 3 because there are 3 things in that table. So in conclusion, that is just a quick overview of operators, what they are, and how to use them. There'll be a link in the video description to some more information about operators.